I'm hella selfish, and I think you should be too. We'll get into why right after this. What's up guys, Namo Himalaya, Stephan Piel from Shared Reality here, and today I'm putting on my personal development coach hat to tell you that you should be more selfish. You're probably like, what the hell? Why am I telling you to be more selfish when the tagline of this channel is literally becoming better people to be better to each other? But I think selfishness actually gets a bad rap, and that being selfish to some degree plays an important role in acting your best. We all want to feel selfless, right? Unconditionally loving, super generous, incredibly open-hearted. But the truth is, even when we think we're acting selflessly, there's still a selfish motivation behind our actions. Why do we do things for others? To make them feel good, to make them happy, sure. But be honest here, making them happy makes you happy. At least in part, or else you wouldn't do it. So through this seemingly selfless act, you're selfishly feeding your need for contribution and your need for significance, to feel needed. Or you're a people pleaser, and you do these selfless things in the hopes that you'll be liked, or for fear that you'll be disliked. Selfless act, selfish motivation, the need for connection and acceptance in this case. So here you can see how selfish motivations can actually inspire positive action. You know, the example that's given all the time is airplane safety. What do they tell you before every flight? In the event of an emergency, if the oxygen masks deploy, you must put on your own oxygen mask before tending to your child's or to anyone else who needs assistance. The selfless thing would be to help the other person first, and to neglect your own safety. But that's untenable in this situation, because doing so jeopardizes the safety of you both. If you try to put on the kid's oxygen mask and then pass out from lack of oxygen because you never put on your own, then neither of you are going to end up in a mask. You have to take care of yourself first. It's sweet that you care for others and that you want to help, but you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to set boundaries that prioritize your self-care and your greatest good so that you can feel your best and show up at your best. You must take that time out to fill your cup. So don't feel guilty about saying no. Release the idea that you're obligated to do certain things for certain people. The only thing you're obligated to do is to take care of yourself. It's doing that that's gonna bring the most benefit to you and to all those around you. So set your boundaries and state what you need. Don't feel like going out tonight? Don't. Cancel your plans. Were you asked to help out but just don't have the energy? Say you won't be able to help this time. Family trying to stay with you when you just really need the house to yourself? Point them towards the nearest hotel. You never owe anyone an explanation for doing what is best for you. It's so empowering to just say, no thanks, when someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, and to provide no further explanation. People get so preoccupied with coming up with excuses to get out of things or to justify why they don't want to do something, when the fact that they don't want to do it is reason enough alone. You are responsible for managing your own energies, and you don't have to feel guilty for taking the time to do that. Think of how you act when you're tired and hungry and burned out and irritable. Those are probably not your greatest moments, right? When we fail to take care of ourselves, we end up taking our pains and our frustration out on those around us. Or we withdraw from people completely, so we won't feel like we're burdening them. And both of those scenarios are pretty detrimental to relationships. So we must be selfish and selective with our time, so that we have the opportunity to rest, restore, and prioritize our self-care. But to make people respect that, you must assert your boundaries. Like, actually verbally state what you need. People are not mind readers, and often are down to give you what you want and what you need if you only took the time to ask for it. If you don't know your boundaries and you don't state them clearly or stand up for yourself when they're violated, then people will often walk all over you without them even realizing they're doing that. It's like Shel Silverstein's book, The Giving Tree. The tree just gave and gave and gave while the boy just took and took and took until the tree was literally nothing more than a stump. And you deserve to be a big flourishing tree. But to do that, you've got to water yourself and give yourself room to grow. So stop worrying about being polite and start being a little selfish. Check in with yourself, check in with your body, Identify what you need and either give it to yourself or ask for it. Go find it. Because you are worthy of that. You deserve to be selfish. And this isn't just about making time for bubble baths and face masks and lounging around, like self-care is so often portrayed these days. That can be part of it for sure. But true self-care is prioritizing your mental and physical health and limiting your exposure to people, places, and things that lower your vibration. So how do you set boundaries clearly yet nicely? Remember, you only have control over your actions and your reactions. Everything else is beyond your purview. So when voicing your boundaries, make sure to phrase them in a way that reflects that. It's not, "I hate when you act like that," or "You've got to stop annoying me at work." It's, "That behavior makes me feel blank, and I won't be around it. And when I'm working, I need silence so I can focus." Always frame it in a way that is all about communicating your needs going forward, not about their failure to meet your needs in the past. Because ultimately, in any scenario, the only behavior you can truly change is your own. And if you still fear you might come off impolite or like a jerk or selfish, take a little advice from Ellman, author of the book The Joy of Being Selfish: Why You Need Boundaries and How to Set Them. She reminds us that there are 8 billion people in the world, all of whom are different. So there's literally no way that everyone can like you. And that's okay, they're not meant to. Boundaries will never make the right people leave your life. The only people boundaries are going to make go away are the ones who are trying to take advantage of you. So quit it with the selflessness if it comes in the form of self-neglect. Start setting some clear boundaries and be a little more selfish with your time. You are worthy of self-care. You deserve to put yourself first. And you can do a hell of a lot more for a hell of a lot more people when you do so. It's when you're feeling your best and when you filled your cup to the brim till it's overflowing, when you can truly share all that you are with the world. Well guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little notifications button, because I'm committed to bringing you 3 new videos a week so we can all continue learning, growing, and not only survive, but thrive in 2022 and beyond. Thank you. Love you.